Hello Internet, my name's Carl, and this is another video essay analyzing the Dream SMP. As a piece of media, the Dream SMP has certain parts to it that make it unique, but the special nature of the medium it is shown through makes it an especially unique case study when looking at how people tell stories. Today, I'm going to look at how the Dream SMP uses its medium and other elements of storytelling to its advantage, and what we can learn from this in other pieces of media. The Dream SMP is a Minecraft roleplay server that is streamed live on Twitch by its members. It has a canon, lore, and characters with defined personalities and traits. Of course, if you clicked on this video, you probably know that already, but it is important to remember these things when analyzing how the SMP uses its medium. See, a huge part of the Dream SMP is the fact that it portrays its story as facts of reality. The audience suspends their disbelief and accepts that this Minecraft server's story actually exists, and we are seeing these characters live their normal lives. Of course, these events are strange and foreign to us. Most of the viewers have likely never been child soldiers or seen a Foxman, but to the fans, these facts are almost second nature. They quickly adapt to the weird world of the SMP and begin to accept increasingly more absurd things as fact. This is called Unreality, or an alternate reality. The suspension of disbelief is common in more traditional forms of media like books or movies, but it is rare that a story strives to achieve unreality. In many cases, the audience accepts it as a story, words on a page or screen, and nothing more. But with the Dream SMP, the viewers are literally watching through a character's eyes, and so we see an entirely different world. The fact that it takes place in Minecraft and on Twitch is a secondary thought to many people once they're in deep enough to care about the lore of the SMP. In fact, the Dream SMP uses Minecraft and Twitch to enhance its stories in several ways, especially with how it connects to the fans. For one thing, Minecraft is an extremely popular game, meaning that not only do the creators have immediate access to it, but the fans do as well. Also, Minecraft is an open-world sandbox game, meaning that the possibilities are absolutely endless for stories that the Dream SMP can tell. The imagination of the writers is quite literally the limit. And unlike an actual TV show, no money has to be spent on props or sets. The simple nature of the skins and blocks in Minecraft also opens the door to a large amount of fan interpretation, with artists like Sadist becoming community monoliths with a following of their own right. The community of fans tells and shapes the story along with the writers. For example, a popular hallmark of design for Quackity's character in fan art was a scar running through his eye after his first canon life was taken by Technoblade with a pickaxe. This design was so popular that Quackity himself implemented it into his character's skin, effectively making it canon. The fans are also involved in the story through the medium of Twitch. Twitch uses chats so that viewers can talk to the streamers and give feedback, and this means that SMP streamers will occasionally break from lore to talk to chat. Over time, talking to chat became more and more integrated into the lore, and so Twitch chat became canonized as part of many characters. Phil, for example, is followed by a pack of crows who shout at him and give him shiny things. Ranboo is surrounded by ender particles, Nikki's chat is her journal, etc., etc. This meant that the viewers became actual parts of the lore, engaging them in the story even more. The medium of Twitch also allows for viewers to pick and choose who they want to watch. I've touched on this point in a previous video, but essentially what this means is that every SMP viewer has a different perspective on the story depending on who they watch. Some may be more sympathetic towards and care more about what's happening with Ranboo than Tommy, or feel vitriolic towards Quackity because of the things he said to Foolish. Everyone thinks differently. That's one of the main morals and lessons of the SMP, and the viewers showcase this point on the daily. Even by making this video, I'm showcasing it by revealing my personal thoughts on the SMP itself. This is a story that stretches into reality. That brings me to my next point, which is that the Dream SMP uses elements of ARGs to tell its story. For those of you who don't know, an ARG, or alternate reality game, is a story told, usually through the internet and across multiple platforms, that not only portrays a different reality like the Dream SMP, but also uses codes, puzzles, or other such games to involve the players. Some famous examples of ARGs are Marble Hornets, The Sun Vanished, and Cicada 3301. Many members of the Dream SMP bring lore onto Twitter sometimes, making it officially a cross-platform story. For example, on April 1st, Tubbo had mysterious messages popping up on his screen during a stream, and his Twitter banner was changed for a time as well. People immediately got to dissecting the messages, but as of writing, we still aren't entirely sure what they meant. Ranboo also launched an entire ARG for his SMP lore called the Enderwalk ARG, the goal of which being that it would give the players more clues to his SMP character's Enderwalk state. Unfortunately, clues haven't been released for this ARG in months, so we have no way of knowing what it would have led to. But it did bring about a change in the storytelling of the Dream SMP, opening the door to other streamers doing similar things like hiding pictures or words in darkened images. The Dream SMP is also told entirely on the internet, which explains why it appeals to teenagers and young adults who are constantly online. Not that that's a bad thing, the internet can be a wonderful tool. It also explains why it saw a climb in popularity during 2020. Everyone was stuck inside and had exhausted their reserves of media to consume, so people flocked to a new story with some recognizable faces. The Dream SMP is really unlike any other media. It almost marks a new frontier in storytelling. Stories can be told through the internet to a mainstream audience, not just to niche ARG communities and web series readers. So the question is, what can other pieces of media take from the Dream SMP? Media aspiring to be similar to or like the Dream SMP must first know how to engage with its audience. The Dream SMP uses several techniques to keep its audience interested and actively participating in the stories, whether it's through fan works that are openly appreciated by the streamers or canonizing the viewers themselves into the SMP. The open nature of the medium for interpretation definitely contributes to this, and so it is something to keep in mind when crafting a story like this. However, a balance must also be maintained. The story cannot be entirely created upon fan theories because then it gets predictable and almost run by the viewers themselves. Creative integrity and authorship must be maintained, though it is also important to hear out the criticism from fans on occasion. Another thing we can learn from the Dream SMP is the way it uses the tools at its disposal. Whether it be Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch, streamers on the SMP are quite skilled at how they spread their lore throughout multiple platforms. In this new age of digital media and consumption of said media, many stories are having to adapt to this new, all-over-the-place kind of creation. And it doesn't quite matter how the main part of this story is told. The Dream SMP is a Minecraft roleplay. When you say it out loud, it kind of hits you harder. My point is that these stories aren't seen as cringe or different because of these new online mediums they're being told through. It's just the way things are done at this point. I think the Dream SMP definitely is one of the first creations on a new scene of storytelling and content creation, one that will have stories following in its footsteps for the foreseeable future as more and more teenagers grow up on the internet with these stories. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing or letting me know what you thought of the video. The response on my previous video was insane, and I really can't thank you all enough for all the nice comments. I really think YouTube might be something that I want to do long term, so the support is astounding. I also want to say thank you to you all for 1,000 subscribers. That is genuinely incredible to me, and when I was writing the script for this video, I had to keep coming in and changing that number because so many people were subscribing, and that is awesome, man. So really, thank you all so much for the support from the bottom of my heart, and I can't wait to bring you all more content.